What's going on? How you doing? My name's David the Crook, and today I'm going to show you how to mix Lil JJ vocals for the song Your Ways. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button and also drop a like. Like I said, the song we'll be mixing is Your Ways by Lil JJ. If you haven't heard the full song, check out the full song. I'll put the link down below in the description so you could hear the full song. But I'm just going to play just the hook and a little bit of the verse just to get us in the mood of the song, and then we'll just go straight from there.
Yeah, I really want you and you really want me. Let me tell you something, we could be okay. Yeah, I love what I see and I know you a freak. Do me a good deed, tell me your name. Roll up, chief, get high on the beach. Yeah, you so sweet, you should be my bae. I ain't getting on my knees, I ain't finna say please. I just want one thing, teach me your way. Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2.
So that's the hook and part of the verse right there. So let's get into it. So I ended up taking off all the plugins just because we are going to be starting from scratch. Usually when I mix vocals, first thing I always do is throw on Outlaw, just because it's like a vocal writer from Wave. So what it does is it's going to grab the signal and it's going to automate it up and down. So that way it keeps everything, it keeps the vocals balanced. So that way you don't like over compress.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really.
As you could tell, when I turn it on, it does make the vocals a little bit fuller. But pretty much what it's doing, it's grabbing the mix 50% and then it's only raising half of the signal. So that way you still have that raw dynamic vocals in there, and then now you have this one where it's more controlled, more tamed. And then the next thing I do is just add a compressor, and the first compressor I always use is RVox by Waves. All I really do is just do like simple like 2.5, 3, just depending on how loud we recorded the vocals. But other than that, I just compress it a little bit.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you.
The reason I like RVox is just because it brings the vocals forward and it just puts the vocals like right in your face, pretty much right where you want them. It adds like a good amount of loudness to it also. And then the next thing I do is add like a EQ compressor channel strip, and that's the SSL E channel. The reason I like using this one is because of the color that it adds, especially that EQ, the slope, fire. So with the SSL, what I'm going to be focusing on is the EQ and the compressor. That's all I'm really going to worry about. I'm going to turn the analog on. For the EQ, all I'm going to do is just cut out that low from the vocals, just because we kind of don't want that. I'll probably cut like 135.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a preview. I just wanna chill, baby, I just wanna please you. I just wanna tease you, ain't no victim. I'm just tryna find your rhythm. Baby, come and clean my system. The realest nigga, you with them. This song is some shit that be banging in your eardrums. People gonna hate, I don't hear none, cause it's only me and you. Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride.
All I did is just cut out that low. I ended up boosting up 16K around 8 dBs just because adding that 16K is going to add air to the vocals. And that's what the feel we're going for, because it's like that tropical vibe. You want that nice smooth EQ on the low end, and then you just want to boost up the highs just to give it that crispiness, that brightness to the vocals. And then I ended up boosting at 7K, and this ended up bringing out a lot of the S's from his voice, but that's all right. We're gonna worry about that later on when we just de-ess it. I ended up doing a 2 ratio 0.15 release, and then I just compress it just enough. Not all the vocals are getting compressed, it's just more of those loud ones, just because I kind of want to keep the dynamics in the vocals. And the next thing I'm gonna do is add an EQ, and that's gonna be the Pultec EQ, just for the color that it adds to the vocals. We're gonna use this EQ to beef up the vocals and boost some more of those highs. The Pultec is perfect for that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this at 100 hertz, the low frequency. I'm just gonna boost it probably about 2.5, 2 dBs.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a preview. I just wanna chill, baby, I just wanna please you. I just wanna tease you, ain't no victim. I'm just tryna find your.
So what that's doing there is boosting it at 2.5. It's beefing up the vocals, and then I boosted that 12K just to add more crispiness, more highness to the vocals, because that's the feel that we're going for. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just add a compressor, and I'm just gonna use like a regular stock Logic Pro X compressor. And all I did was turn the auto gain on off.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think.
All I'm doing is just compressing the signal a little bit more, probably about like 5 dBs, no more than that. And then I'm just gonna add another EQ slash compression. It's gonna be the F6. What this is gonna do, it's gonna EQ the vocals, but as well it's gonna be doing a little bit of compression in certain frequencies that we want. And I'm actually gonna put it before the compressor. All I'm gonna do is just cut out some more of that low end, cut out some of that low mids just to smooth out the vocals a little bit more.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think I'm just tryna find your rhythm. Baby, come and claim my system. The realest nigga, you with them. This song is some shit that be banging in your eardrums. People gonna hate, I don't hear none, cause it's only me and you when the year done. Year done. Made you the heart of my hope. I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know.
All I really did is just cut out that low end. I ended up cutting out around 500 hertz just to smooth out the vocals a little bit more. And then I did a little bit more boost in the higher frequencies. The S's are really coming out now, so I'll just throw on another compressor, CLA by Waves, and all I'm really gonna do is just throw on or reset. I'm gonna turn this high frequency like probably like halfway, like here. I'm just gonna go for like a 1 or 2 dB gain reduction.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a.
For the auto tune that we added to his vocals, I ended up using pitch correction. I just put this on low. The root is on F major, and then I put the response time at 22. And the next thing I'm gonna do is add a de-esser, and we're gonna be using 2 de-essers. And then all I did is put this on mel S or mel sh.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a preview. I just wanna chill, baby, I just wanna please you. I just wanna tease you. Ain't no victim, I'm just tryna find your wrist.
With sibilants, all I'm really doing is just cutting out more of those S's as well as other syllables and certain frequencies that aren't really good to hear just because it like boosts up the loudness a lot. So if you want to hear it, it's these.
Baby, don't trust me. Trust you. To the top, we'll be high like the moon.
And that's pretty much what's being compressed and taken out. Now the next thing after sibilants is I'm just gonna widen up the vocals a little bit more, just push them out forward. That way they're not like right directly in the center. I'm just gonna use the S1 imager, and I'm just gonna push this at like 115. It's not really a noticeable difference, but what it is doing is just pushing the signal wider.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon.
Now the next thing I'm gonna do is add a preamp, and the preamp I'm gonna be using is Little Radiator. Now if you don't have Little Radiator, you can use like a distortion, a saturation, anything like that that's just gonna add frequencies to the vocals. That way it just beefs it up. For me, Little Radiator, bro, this shit's amazing. Oh God.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too.
So it just beefs up the vocals and it just makes them feel fuller, and as well gives it loudness. And the next thing I did is just add HDLA. I added a sidechain with our compressor, and then I put it like about 4, put the threshold at 19, and I just kept that at automatic.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2, pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a preview. I just wanna chill, baby, I just wanna please you. I just wanna.
So with the delay, it's very subtle on the vocals, but it's there. I didn't add enough so you could really hear it. It's more just to add motion in the background, so that way when the dubs come out, it just blends everything well together. And then for the reverb, I ended up using Space Designer, which is like a stock Logic Pro X reverb, and then I just put Fine Hall. And honestly, I'd be using like the same reverbs, like Fine Hall, Dream Hall, Warm Hall, large guitar. Depending on what I'm looking for, I just go to my same go-to reverbs, and this one sounds dope. What this is gonna do is just gonna add that reverb. It's gonna add that room, that space.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2 pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me.
And for the second reverb I added Little Plate by Sound Toys. This reverb sounds really good. Honestly, if I could use this on every song, I probably would. I put the reverb, the decay time at 4. That way it just gives it a nice long decay. Cut out some of that low. So I added a good amount of reverb on this.
Baby, don't trip, I'ma do what I do. If you trust me, then I gotta trust you. We can ride to the top, we'll be high like the moon. 1, 2 pop, nigga, no, I really need you. Late nights up in your feelings, yeah, me too. Don't think you know me, nigga, you just seen a preview.
That's all I really did when I mixed JJ's vocals for the song Your Way. So like I said, to check out the full song, I'll put the link down below in the description so you can hear the whole song. I also want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. And now if you want your song mixed and mastered by me, feel free to hit me up on my Instagram or on my website. Everything will be down below in the description, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.